What's happening, people? What you need, you're watching my channel. I want to talk a little bit about the difference between health and fitness and how boxing assists both. Um, if you like this video, you can comment, share, subscribe, donate by Western Union or MoneyGram. Okay, find me for the details. Hold on one second. All right, so let's talk a little bit about boxing. So, boxing basically has to do with exercise, the actual act of boxing and training. But the lifestyle of a boxer and the lifestyle of boxing goes well beyond that. And this is the good part about boxing that I want to talk to you guys about today. So, there is a difference between fitness and health, and a lot of people confuse the two. I've heard a gentleman who got COVID-19, or at least got the SARS coronavirus, saying that he was very healthy, and that's why he was surprised that he got the coronavirus. But in fact, he wasn't healthy. If you are healthy, this is very easy to explain. If you're healthy, your immune system will be up to par. It is your immune system which maintains you and keeps you healthy. So maybe he was functional, maybe he was fit, because he was talking about his heart rate, pulse rate, and all that stuff. Maybe he was fit, but he wasn't healthy. What is fitness? Fitness has to do with your muscles in your body, the tone. A fit person can run very long distances. They can do a lot of things, lift heavy weights. They can do certain exercises, be very flexible. It has to do with your muscles. However, health has to do with your overall well-being. And sometimes people who are fit are not healthy. Case in point, Andre Berto. Andre Berto had a life-threatening problem, didn't know he had that, but he was fit as a fiddle. Okay? So you can be fit but not healthy. You can be healthy, but inevitably you will be fit. It's just what it is. Fitness doesn't mean that you're small, skinny, or shredded. Fitness has to do with, again, your muscles. So if everything is pretty much sturdy, you may have some size on you. But if everything is, shall I say, well-toned, a well-toned body, okay, your muscles are toned, and you can respond very easily to things, and you have that quickness, that stamina, the endurance. That's all that really matters. So fitness is not just about your appearance. Fitness has a lot to do with your muscles. All right, so having said all of that, we want to keep a certain level of health. I want you guys to check out a YouTube channel, and also it has its own website called London Real. Now, London Real recently had a guest on their show, and in so doing, YouTube just pulled down their video because the guest was saying certain things. As we know, there's the right to free speech for some reason, which YouTube has not yet expressed to the owner of London Real, which is Brian, who has been covering all kinds of interesting topics throughout his 12 years covering, having this website and this media outlet. It showed us innovative things, baffled our minds, had experts from every field come out there. Now, London Real is a really good channel to go check out. I'll tell you two reasons why. The first one is you'll hear information that you never heard before on it. And the second reason is that it gives you solutions that science or mainstream media have not come to term with, or they're on the cutting edge. So you may hear him speak about with physicians concerning your stomach, how it influences your brain, and about the many, many billions and billions of microcultures inside of it. So the beautiful thing about boxing, like I said, it's a lifestyle, which means now, especially today, boxers don't eat, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't even have sex before a fight. They keep themselves in mint condition as much as possible. That is fitness wise. They have regimens every single day, so they're always exercising, use lots of water, so that's always a good thing. And a lot of them try to, even though they may be in the gym, most of the gyms are not air conditioned. That's one, that's a very good thing. And two, a lot of them do road work, so they get that fresh air into the system. See, nothing supplements for fresh air, people. So I'm going to advise you guys again, all of you out there, do not stay all the time in your house. Let me say it again. Do not stay indoors. Make sure every single day you're outside taking a walk in the fresh, flowing air. Let me say it again. Make sure that you go outdoors, whether it's early in the morning or in the afternoon, into the fresh, flowing air. I hope you guys listen to that. You need fresh air. You need water. You need exercise. Boxing covers all three so far. You also need rest. In boxing, boxers need to rest their bodies. Now, boxers may work to different time schedules because usually they perform at certain hours. Usually it's in the afternoon, late afternoon. So some of them train at weird hours of the day, but they follow a routine. You and I, we may be daylight people or diurnal people, so therefore we should follow a routine. We should be sleeping. You should try to get some kind of coverage of hours before the hours of 12. Then, on top of that, you also have nutrition, like we say, nutrition. In boxing, boxers have to have a specific nutrition. A lot of them eat pretty healthy because it's a very big risk factor going into that ring, and you have bad practices because those bad practices could get you killed. So a lot of boxers use things like, and I've seen it with Claressa Shields, I've seen it with Coach Eric Bradley. Claressa Shields doesn't necessarily use a lot of flour. A lot of boxers don't use a lot of flour, especially refined flours, because refined flours, just so you guys know, refined flour is actually worse than brown sugar. Refined flours actually have as much sugar as a couple teaspoons of sugar. 1 teaspoon of refined flour. So they're actually worse. So you want to stay away from flour, refined flours, and stuff like that. And you want to probably use more things like rice, things like provision, potatoes, and all the ground things like carrots, potatoes, those kinds of things, onions, garlic. They should be a part of your diet. Turmeric, okay? Using lemon, water. If you want baking soda, but I would suggest Arm & Hammer baking soda or organic baking soda, not just any baking soda. Some baking sodas is rumored that they have aluminum in them. Now, I know baking powder does, but I'm not too sure about the baking sodas. And then we get past nutrition for a minute, okay? I use plant-based diet, like does Mike Rashid. So I live off a plant-based diet. Now, in addition to that, you can also, besides nutrition, exercise, rest, fresh air, water, sunlight. I cannot emphasize how important sunlight is. That's why you can't stay indoors. Of all the things I just mentioned, exercise, fresh air, sunlight, those three things, you got to do outdoors. Don't try to exercise indoors. That's how people get sick. They get cancers, they get all kinds of things because they stay indoors and recycle air. The worst thing you can do is exercise in air conditioning, okay? That's stale air. It's not really recycling out. You want to do most of your exercises outdoors in the free flowing air. You can't pay for oxygen. If your body's properly oxygenated, you can't have diabetes. You can't have cancer. You can't have viruses infecting you. You can't have bacterial infections. You can't have fungal infections because you're oxygenated. These things, generally speaking, are anaerobic. Now, some of them are not. Some bacteria and so on are aerobic, but usually these aerobic bacteria are helpful, not harmful. Okay? Keeping it moving. Of course, by drinking lots of water, using lemon, you're getting your blood pH to be alkaline, as well as using baking soda or vinegar. If you don't want to use the baking soda, use apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. Now, white vinegar can do just as how you can have iodized salt, but the ideal thing is sea salt or Himalayan salt. The ideal thing is organic apple cider vinegar. The ideal thing is organic baking soda and organic rough skin lemons. That's the ideal thing. But if you don't have that stuff, use what you got. In addition, blackstrap molasses is a very good tool as well. Yes, some of these things raise your blood pressure or lower them, so you have to be careful how you use them. But if you use little bits of them every single day, it's not going to do you much of a problem. In addition, that's nutrition. Let's go back to the other things. So we have nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, and then we have fresh air, rest, and there are two more things. Well, there are actually four more things. The first one is temperance. Don't overdo doing different things. If you find yourself absorbed in doing a certain project, but you're hungry, you should go and eat something. Then come back to your project. You'll actually perform better. Similarly, if you're sleepy, go to sleep, wake back up, continue the project. In addition to temperance, I think the last one is, I'm trying to remember what it is. It begins with T. Well, it's not the last one. There's a couple others. There's forgiveness. You want to keep your mind. Your mind is also a very important, integral part of your health, your mind, your spirit, your body. And boxing covers all three. It's mind, body, and then you got to have your mind right, spirituality, and then you also have to have your body right. Your body's the temple, as they say. So boxing literally embodies a lot of these principles that I'm speaking about to you. The final one, that was forgiveness. Also, giving thanks, being very thankful. It's a very good thing to be very thankful. It keeps you humble. In addition, it also keeps your body in check so that your body's always radiating something. And once you live a life of thanks, you can't go wrong. And the last one, most important one, is, well, it's not the most important one. But for some reason, I keep on seeing temperature, but it's not temperature. It'll come to me. Okay? So that is what boosts your immune system. There's other little tricky little things I could put in there. But if you have a robust, well-working immune system, which means you're healthy, then nothing can actually take you out. No disease, not even radiation can take you down. And that's because your body's willing to adapt the immune system that you have, which goes beyond your white blood cells and your lymphatics, to the blood pH, to your electromagnetic field, to the processes, the enzymes and so on that process food and remove waste from the body, to your skin, to the way how your body may actually do respiration through the skin to accommodate for the lungs so that we can get the immune system really compact. Also the micro cultures inside the gut, to the gut itself. All of these processes are lines of defense. The immune system is your defense. Always understand, if you have a good defense, and this goes for boxing, this goes for everything, if you have a good defense, then you have a very high possibility of winning whatever it is. So you want to build your foundation, which is your defense, so that it doesn't matter if you're exposed to a virus, a bacteria, to radiation. It doesn't matter, because your body has a good defense to handle that. Now, let me tell you something extra. Your regeneration and healing also comes faster. The more your immune system is robust, because your immune system is not just about dealing with antigens and foreign bodies that come into the body. It's also about response time and how the body deals with damage. So your immune system, if it is very robust, will literally cause healing to happen rapidly. We have rapid healing, which will happen over time. Of course, you can also use other nutrients to assist in rapid healing. And that also is a benefit. Now, last but not least, when you're dealing with immune systems, okay? When you're dealing with your immune system, you want your immune system to be such that it's always got a data bank on as much information as possible. That means sometimes you purposefully expose yourselves to germs so that your immune system will be informed, get the information, get on track to handle that. Response times are everything. So contrary to popular opinion that you must sterilize yourself, keep your environment absolutely sterile, you have an immune system. That's for people whose immune systems are not up to par. They need to isolate themselves and sterilize themselves from other pathogens. But when your immune system is robust, it's kind of like doing a fire drill. You get that immune system working so that response time is always up to par, because that is how you are able to very quickly get rid of any pathogens or any problems that are in your body. So those people telling you to stay ultra clean are actually doing a disadvantage to your immune system. Yes, you want to be clean. You want to have best practice keeping your hands washed and all of that. But at the end of the day, you can wash your hands how many times? If you got to handle money, unless you wash that money out or you use glycol on the money, you're going to reinfect your hands every single time. Okay? So at the end of the day, how many times are you going to wash your hands for the day? My point being that you're not going to be able to do that. So your immune system encounters trillions and zillions of pathogens and anaerobes all the time when you inhale the air. Because in this room, for instance, it's dusty. So the dust particles, fungus, and all kinds of stuff is coming up off of the carpet. And my immune system is handling that shit. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know this. And I keep on emphasizing boost your immune system. I've told you guys 100 million different ways to do so. If you guys have Golden Seal, get Golden Seal. That also boosts your immune system amongst many other immune boosters. You can just look up immune booster and find an immune booster. You want to find organic immune boosters. I also use Bell's Super Immune Booster, which is basically a mushroom, okay? You can also use as immune booster marijuana. Marijuana is also a very good immune booster. Do not smoke it. Drink the leaves. You can make oil out of it. At the end of the day, marijuana, you can extract, in other words, extract the oils from the leaves. It's a very good immune booster. Don't use a whole lot of it because it could knock you out. You want to kind of lower the THC values because THC kind of irreversibly binds to red blood cells. So you really want to look at things like marijuana. You also want to look at things that also boost your immune system, like best practices. How you behave. Your behaviors can cause your immune system to go down or up. I'll give you an example. So if you, for instance, don't go to sleep early every night, or you're erratic in your sleep-wake patterns, then guess what? Your immune system is not going to be high because you're not sleeping in time for your body to recoup, regenerate, and fix itself. 2, I'll give you another behavioral, very bad one. A lot of y'all are sexually active. Some of y'all get sexually active, but you do not rehydrate your body. You do not, because you're breaking down your body. If you exercise or whatever you do, you're breaking it down. You can give yourself enough time to build it back up. Y'all go out late at night and party and shit. Y'all have sex and y'all have it a lot, and then y'all don't rehydrate. Some of y'all out there are workaholics. You work so hard and you're always under stress. And last, but most important in this environment right now with COVID-19, a lot of y'all are freaking out. Do not freak out. When you freak out, you actually decrease your immune system. Your immune system also works mentally, and it also works with the gut. You do not want to do that. By instilling fear in yourself, you're actually strengthening the bacteria in your gut, or the microbes in your gut, responsible for sending signals to the brain to give fear. Fear breeds more fear. So you don't want to be fearful at all. While you may take some necessary precautions, you don't want to be that. Again, people, hear me out. Do not stay in your house whole day. I don't care what governments and officials tell you. Make sure you get outside, get some fresh air, whether it's in your yard, whether you go for a stroll. And the nice part about it is not everybody's doing that. Not everybody's on the roads. Not everybody's moving around. In my country, it's starting to pick back up. People are actually moving around doing things, even though the government has kind of cut down times for businesses to operate. So businesses are closing earlier. Still at the same time, people are moving around and doing what they do. Of course, there are people out there partying anyway. They don't care. I guess the government's trying to appeal to them. But for the average person, most people started to pick back up. I even seen people selling food and stuff unofficially. It's not a whole bunch of them, but there's one or two. And get people in the marketplace, etc. Now, my government thinks that by trying to isolate people and keep them in their own little cells or whatever, that's going to stop the spread of this virus. This virus is not going to be stopped from spreading. But what will happen, mark my words, is something else will happen and the media will just focus on that. Just like what happened in Ebola. Ebola was never resolved. It was never taken care of. Just the topic just changed. And that was that. And people who had Ebola and was coming into the United States of America, they came in. So the question is, do you or I have the Ebola virus, bacteria? We may have it. We may have dealt with it. Our immune systems may have handled it, and that was that. So a lot of people don't realize that viruses, they stick around for 2 years, sometimes 3 years. Think of bird flu, swine flu, SARS, okay? They stick around for a while. They are getting more extreme, which means you have to boost up your immune system to accommodate that. Just like how the weather is getting more extreme. You see the sun is getting more blazing, the cold is getting more cold. You're getting more floods and stuff. The environment and nature is getting more extreme. There are many different plus points to what has happened here I can take from it, because we could be negative about it. There's a lot of people say conspiracy theories out there, and then there's some facts out there, okay? It ain't no conspiracy theories. It's really serious. And London Real could attest to that. But here's the thing. Here's some positives you can take from this experience, and I want you guys to seriously think about it. One, most importantly, the earth is getting the rest. So a lot of people and pollution and stuff is not happening as much. So that's a plus. Now, what is happening while everybody's indoors? That's a whole other story, okay? I don't know what the governments are doing. I don't know what they have their agenda and they're doing stuff. Trust me, they're doing things. All right. Secondly, and this is a very important point, because of COVID-19 and everybody getting scared stiff, people are actually opening up their minds to living a healthier lifestyle, okay? Which is a very good thing. And I'm glad to take this opportunity to share this with you guys on the boxing platform, because boxing is pretty healthy in and of itself. It was back in the days when guys used to party and smoke coke and all that shit. But now it's a little bit different. People are taking care of their bodies better. And I think of, guys like, I gotta say it, Floyd Mayweather is one of those guys who takes very good care of his body. And I really appreciate the guy for that. He kind of changed the sport a lot and sort of cleaned up the sport as well. And taking care of your body is important. Do not cheat, people. Do not take things which you think will boost your strength. No, do it the natural way. There are natural things that are a little bit long to work into your system and make you stronger, but still they're as effective, or even in the long term, even more effective than things that you may have used that give you that early or quick turnaround, okay? Let's talk about a couple other things. So I'm saying to you that in this COVID-19 environment, we're getting positives. People are now kind of thinking about living a healthier lifestyle. Remember, fitness is not health. Do not equate the two. But boxing, especially now in this modern age, incorporates the two into one beautiful program. That's why I encourage you guys to start boxing today and listen to these guys, what they eat, what they use. Some people use meat, some people don't use meat. But the nice thing about it is they stay away from certain things, okay? My diet today was a really nice one. It was pak choy. I had Bodhi, aka string beans. You guys might know it as. I had some rice. I had some lentils. So I had a protein-rich diet in which I still had to get my selenium and eat that with it because I use a lot of protein. Sugars. Now, ladies and gentlemen, more than ever, if you're going to use sugar, now brown sugar is not bad. Okay, brown, the nice dark brown sugar is not bad. As molasses is not bad. But if you're going to use sugars, okay, fruits, dates, cranberries, berries in general, lemon, sometimes orange, but you want to use the skin of the orange. You want to eat the seeds of the fruits. If you're going to eat a melon, eat the seeds. Don't spit out the seeds. That's the best part of the melon. You know, and a lot of people spit out seeds, or they spit out the skin, or they cut out the skin. Don't do that. The skin, it's called an aromatic, it's an aromatic part, okay? These things are very good for you, okay? Eat the skin of orange. You don't want to eat a whole set of skin. Just take a little bite out of the skin, okay? Eat the seeds, okay? These things also are healthy for you. They're like nuts. You like nuts? That's great. But you also have other seeds like melon seeds. You know, some of the seeds are very hard, so you won't want to eat. But you have melon seeds, you have apple seeds, you got pear seeds, all the seeds, eat them, okay? Because they are the nutrient-rich part of the plant. They have everything to make a new plant. So you want to eat seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, you know, sesame seeds. Eat the seeds. All right. They say they're high level of oils as well, which is good. You want a certain level of oils in your body. Eat seeds. So you understand that your health and the immune system has to do with behavior. It has to do with mindset. It has to do with your nutrition, and then all the other things I just talked about. Okay. So I'm giving you a holistic idea as someone who has been in the healthcare sector, also as someone who has found out this new information and applied it to his own body, even though I still have issues with online pornography, like I said to you guys, and that's something I got to get out of my system, but it's not as easy because, you see, there are two major things that a lot of people don't tell you. And I don't want to go into a conspiracy theory, so I'm going to leave that alone a little bit, but the internet interfaces the electromagnetic signals from the internet. There are different particles, you know, alpha, beta, gamma, all that kind of stuff. They actually interface with your brainwaves. And if you look at somebody who has used the internet, this is a scientific fact, and somebody who has not been using, or the same person using the internet and the same person resting without using the internet, somebody with Wi-Fi on, somebody without Wi-Fi on, you're going to find out very quickly that their brain activity is different. Okay? So it does influence you, not just your brain activity, but also your overall body rhythm, okay? Your biorhythm. And just so you people understand what I'm saying, we live right now in a world where wireless is becoming more and more prevalent, okay? I have wireless in my house as well. If you're going to go to sleep and you're going to have repair in your body, you can have the background of the wireless signal hitting you inside of your house, okay? Or you can turn off the wireless signal. You can keep your modem running, but you turn off the wireless signal and you turn off your phones. Now, even though you turn off your phones, there are still signals coming to your phone all the time. I know that sounds strange. Your camera still can be used, etc. Put the phone as far away from you as possible. Remember, I told you guys about black tourmaline. Get that. It's a stone. You can put it next to your phone. You can put it on your person. You can put it next to your Wi-Fi. The idea is you want to be able to filter out as much of that electromagnetic signal as possible. Of course, there's neighbors next door and there's people next door that use microwaves and all kinds of electronic items. So you want to keep the tourmaline on you. Particularly, that's the most important part. Probably keep the tourmaline stone on you, hang it like a little medallion on you like that, and you will be much better off, okay? Again, boxers out there, do the same. Floyd Mayweather is a guy who likes naturopathic medicine. That's a very good way to go. The problem with Uncle Roger was he was not listening to people and he had his own mind, unfortunately for Floyd. But if Floyd had his way, I'm sure they would have used naturopathic methods and got Uncle Roger back on course. Floyd Mayweather Sr. also used certain naturopathic methods to get his body and his mind and everything on course. So I'm saying all of this to let you guys know, one, you can also stop balding and receding hairlines. You know, I'm wearing a hat on my head just to represent my country, Trinidad and Tobago. Much love to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, by the way, if you're watching this video for some reason. And so You know, there's lots of things out there to reverse. In fact, I'm going to tell you guys this. This is the youngest I've felt and the strongest I've felt. I have a little shoulder injury here, and here's a little bit sore. It has nothing to do with it. It's just that I'm training so hard that sometimes my shoulders hurt me. But this one particularly, and I had it at an awkward angle. All right. I did damage my rotator cuff in the shoulder. I never did surgery on it, but it's healing up. It's weird. I'm like, my shoulder's getting even better. Everything's getting better. I feel young. I can shoot and all that. You know, I can't explain to you guys how my knees and everything are good. Hydrate yourself. For your joints, I'm not going to tell you to use some extraordinary, extravagant thing. Let me tell you what you use for your joints. It's very simple. Water. That's right. Water. You heard me. Water. That's it. So it means you have to drink a certain level and amount of water every single day. If you're a very active person, that's a lot of water. Okay. Floyd Mayweather uses a lot of water. Even to this day, even though he's not in professional boxing like that anymore, he still drinks water to this day. And it was advocated by his strength and conditioning overseer, okay, a lady. So drink a lot of water. Now, the thing about it is, if you guys are using tap water or bottled water, you have to be careful again. So because you're using a high volume of water, you might cramp up, so you'll need to have electrolytes in between, as well as try to use some alkaline water in between. Of course, not all alkaline water is alkaline. That's another story for another day. But to ensure that your water is alkaline, very simple. Very simple. Hear me out now. You take a normal bottle of water, okay, and squeeze a little bit of lemon in it. There's a seed fall into there. You'll see the lemon on the top. Shake them up. And then you can either put a little bit of vinegar or a little bit of baking soda. That's it. All right, now baking soda kind of sends up your pressure. Vinegar is probably the better thing to use, especially apple cider vinegar, because it comes from an apple, okay? Or if you want to, you squeeze a little bit of lemon in there, you squeeze a little bit of apple in there. All right, now apple's actually acidic, but maybe the body will metabolize it and make it like apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is slightly acidic, by the way. All right, so these are some of the things that I wanted to let you guys know. Now let's go into the boxing itself. I already kind of talked about the difference between health and fitness, and the boxing actually covers that. I want to cover one more topic, okay? This topic is, I challenge you. I challenge you out there. I challenge you today not to just talk about boxing, but I want you out there, listen to me carefully. I want you to start doing it. And how do you start doing it? Real simple. Real simple. So I'm not going to do nothing fancy today. I just want you guys to do this with me. Hold up. I want you to see my feet. I want you to do this with me. We're going to do what's called the box step. Coach Eric Bradley showed me this. He did a demonstration of this. So we're going to do it together, okay? You can't see my feet yet. Hold on a second. I want you to look at my feet. All right. So you get in this stance. I'm a southpaw, so I'm in my southpaw stance. Okay? You're going to shuffle forward. You're going to go to the side. And you're going to step backwards. You're going to go to the side. I just want you to do that. That's it. All right? Get into your stance. You don't have to have no big, wide stance, none of that. Your feet are about normally, like how you stand. Okay? Put one foot behind the other to get in your stance. If you're an orthodox fighter, you're going to have your back foot in the back, your front foot in the front. Okay? Put your hands up. Oops. Put your hands up to protect your chin. Right? If somebody's throws a punch here, you can catch it. All right, catch it. All right, catch it. Catch your little body. So you're just gonna be in this stance like this, and you step forward, front foot first, side, front foot first, back foot first, side, back foot first. Okay, you just do that. It's called a box step. That's all we're doing. Simple. Now you might be a little squared up. That's okay. All right. That's all we're gonna do. But here's the thing. We want to do the box step. We want to do it so we can get a feel for what needs to be done. All right. When you get comfortable enough with the box step, that's it. You gotta get your balance. Now we're gonna perfect your balance in time. Okay? But right now, this is the beginning. This is the first lesson in boxing. Real simple. Now you go to Coach Eric Bradley, type in box step, and he go in more detail. That's all I want you to do. Form a box. So you go step forward, front foot, step to the side, front foot. Okay? Keep your hands up, protect your chin. Don't keep your hands on your chin, because if you keep your hands on your chin, somebody hits you, it's like they hit your chin. You keep your hands a little bit away from your chin here, okay? Just a little bit away from your chin. Somebody throw a punch, you can catch it here. Now, Roger Mayweather, he go all the way like this, so you can catch the whole thing. See my chin? You're not seeing my chin, right? If you come this way, okay? But you can, you know, if they throw a punch at you, catch them right here. Okay? Might slap you. Depends on how you catch it. If you roll with it, you can catch it right here. All right? And you protect your chin. If you can see my chin, then it's a problem. Okay? So here, I'm protecting my chin. Close it in if they're coming at me here. Okay? All right? And that's all to it. Protect your chin, and we're moving. All right, we're going to do it nice and smooth now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, your feet will flat. We want to get up on the balls of your toe. So some of y'all are not going to be able to do that because some of y'all are heavy. Just a little bit. Just lift your feet a little bit off the ground. Okay, bend your knees. Okay, so at first we just did it straight up like this. And we're just stepping flat-footed. When you step flat-footed, you can feel your weight shift, right? You can feel your weight shift. That's flat-foot, okay? But when you get up on your toes a little bit, no, not all the way up on your toes. No, don't exaggerate nothing. Just a little bit on the ball of your foot, okay? Now, and you bend your knees a little bit, sit into it a little bit, all right? Now watch this, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Just stay relaxed. Now you can slide in. Slide in, slide in, slide in. Okay? Simple. Simple. All you doing, do it with me. It's real simple. Okay? We're not doing nothing extravagant. We're just trying to get a footwork. The first thing in boxing you need to have, okay? First thing you need to have in boxing. Hold on. Okay, the first thing you need to have in boxing is you got to know how to keep your balance. All right, because let's say I'm throwing the right hand, right? So I double jab, I step in with the double jab, or I don't step in with the double jab. 1, 2, I stepped in, then I throw my right hand, right? I throw my right hand, so I go 1, 2, boom, right? Now, I kept my hand out there. Shouldn't do that. Just boom, boom, boom. Right? Boom, boom, boom. All right, protect my chin. Okay, now you can keep your hands to your chin too. Keep your chin down. Okay, now the important part about this is I have to have balance. If I don't have balance, I'm going to fall over. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm all over the place. I'm wobbling backwards. See? Because I had overreached and I overextended myself. And then, you see Floyd sometimes. He lands straight right and then he pivot out the way, right? So you come here, you do like this, boom. And he pivot out the way, right? But what you don't understand is it took balance to do that. Okay? And many, 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 many hours of repetition to do it as precisely as he did. Okay? So the very first thing I talked about in the video already, the very first thing you need to have in boxing is balance. Everything comes from the feet. I'm going to throw a punch. I push off the back foot and I pivot at the same time with my waist. And that's how I get the power behind my punch. I get the power of my punch because I kick off the back foot and I push. So my feet are everything. Now, this could happen two ways. I could step in with it, like I did there. Step in and move. Or I could stay right where I am and shoot it. Right? Alright? You do it in a relaxed manner. Alright? So it depends on your feet, your footwork. Now it does matter what your upper body is doing as well with your feet, but once again, it has to do with your feet. So footwork is the most important thing, and it's the first thing before you throw a punch in boxing. You should work on your footwork. And Coach Eric Bradley, that's the first thing he did with us. All right? And you practice that box step. Remember, we start off flat-footed, only because I want you to get used to stepping in a box step. It helps you to know how to move. You can move right, you can move left, you can move forward or you can move backwards. You get used to that because the spacing between your feet remains the same. So if your spacing is here, I shift forward, I move the feet the same distance. This way, the feet the same distance. This way, the feet the same. So I can stay in balance. Okay? I don't have to step to the side with the back foot, but it's a variation. I can then reverse everything and step to the side now. Okay? The front foot, slide forward with the front foot, step to the side with the back foot, slide back with the back foot. Okay? So you can reverse it so you get using your front foot or your back foot. Okay? So this is all important. Balance in boxing is everything. Now, when you go start flat-footed, okay, fine. We did the flat-footed thing. Now I want you to go on the balls of your feet and bend your knees a bit. I don't want to tell you to sink all the way in yet. Okay? And then you just slide forward, slide to the side, slide back, slide to side, slide forward. Now, at first, for some of you, it's going to feel weird, right? It's going to feel weird moving like that. So, and especially with the sliding thing. And we haven't done pivots yet, okay? Pivoting is a whole other story. So, that's what we start off with in boxing. It's really, really simple. It's called the box step. Coach Eric Bradley introduced me to it, and that's something you should do. It's very good for you. It's very good for a lot of people. And boxing, this one makes boxing nice because you start to learn counterintuitive things. A lot of people feel you just go out there and you, no, boxing's not that, okay? In fact, how you place your feet is how you get a hook. I was trying to figure out how to get the hook going. So, I pop the jab, throw my right hand, then you step, throw back the hook. You got to step to throw the hook. So if I go step, 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 okay, I get the hook across. All right? So, okay, of course I'm not protecting my head, but if I rock with the hook, right? If I rock with the hook here, I'm keeping myself out of the true line. And if I roll under with the hook here, so I come here, right? If I roll under with the hook, so I'm doing a circle. Oh, so you can't see the other punch. One to the body with it. Okay, so you can do 2 hooks, back to back, but you keep your head out the line of fire. So your head's doing like this. All right, and I don't exaggerate it because, like I said before, I haven't reached that far. But I understand the idea. So, you guys, let's get into boxing, man. It's nice. Unless you've actually boxed, you will not understand a lot of things I'm telling you, because a lot of times I'm talking from actually doing these things. Okay? Remember I was telling you guys about there's various things, Tyson Fury gloves, how you can punch, you can punch within a glove and still these knuckles could hit the person, right? A lot of people disagree with me, but it's really possible. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about some of the current events that happened in boxing, some matchups that might happen. They're talking about Canelo versus Benavidez being Benavidez thinks that's one of Canelo's, if not Canelo's toughest fight at 168, which I disagree with. I think if you're going to talk about a tough fight for Canelo, you're probably going to have to talk about at 168. I think the guy who gives him the most problems is Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of people don't think so, but I definitely have to think so, because Billy Joe Saunders got the pedigree, he got the experience, and I think that at the championship level especially, I think that makes a big difference. Now, David Benavidez is 2-time world champion at 168 as well, okay, but not as long as Billy Joe Saunders has been champion in his career. And similarly for Demetrius Andrade, and similarly for Jamal Charlo. I picked them ahead of David Benavidez. Well, I don't think that David Benavidez, to be honest with you, is on their level yet. No, not at all. Even Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant has a lot more skill, in my opinion, than David Benavidez does. If David Benavidez faces Caleb Plant's going to beat him. Okay? But having said that, I think David Benavidez should be looking to face Canelo. I heard Caleb Plant, again, talking about down the road with Canelo in his interview with Jeff Mayweather and, on the Mayweather Boxing Channel. But I personally think that he would be better prepared to face a Canelo than, say, David Benavidez. Because David Benavidez, he got a decent jab, but again, a jab's not going to keep you, it's not going to have you win the fight against Canelo. Now, I was hearing a lot of people talk about how if the fight is close, Canelo will get the decision. I don't know about that. It's still a roll of the dice. Yeah, Canelo might be the cash cow. That don't mean he can't lose. Okay, he can lose the fight. But the problem with Canelo is he keeps on producing. With Sergey Kovalev, some people argue that Sergey Kovalev was ahead. Well, he stopped Sergey Kovalev. Okay, but like my boy Troy King, shout out to Troy King and Troy Killertainment. Game plan. You got to understand what the game plan is. Everybody thought Amir Khan was ahead of Canelo, but what was the game plan? See, Canelo decided he was going to break down Sergey Kovalev, who was a good boxer. He break him down. Kovalev impressed me in that fight. He break him down. He knew Kovalev, he had a period where he drops in energy in fights. And he broke him down. And when, they knew he was kind of cooked, ready to be eaten, they went in for the kill and took him out. You know what I'm saying? Canelo knew that Amir Khan was a front runner. So he breaking him down while he's throwing all these flashy punches. And eventually what happens? Stops his ass. Right? Set him up for the stoppage, actually. And so the point is that, even Amir Khan acknowledged that Canelo is a great boxer. And actually that he did not outbox Canelo. That Canelo was breaking him down. So you can't be talking about somebody outboxing somebody, but you're breaking the person down. You understand? You're being effective in what you're doing. You're breaking them down. All right? Yeah, Meldrick Taylor outboxed Julio Cesar Chavez. I got that. I'll fight him, actually. One boxing was fighting. But at the end of the day, You know, when you're talking about boxing, it's a game plan you have to have. It's all about game plan. I gotta go outside with the plants. I haven't done it in 2 days. So I'm letting you guys know this because 1 second, let me let some air into this room because it's really stuffy. A lot of people don't understand it is a game plan to boxing. So you have to stick with the game plan. All right. So yeah. A lot of people feel that certain fighters would give Canelo problems. I told y'all Callum Smith wouldn't give him as much problems because I knew Callum Smith don't got no inside game, and he showed that. He has some inside game, but he's not strong with that. David Benavidez not strong on the inside either. You know, Anthony Dirrell's not strong on the inside. You know what I mean? So that's why Anthony Dirrell got beaten by Badou Jack. David Benavidez got beat up by Ronald Gabriel. Jose Benavidez got beat up by Mauricio Herrera. All right, these guys beat these guys up because they could fight on the inside, whereas them other guys, they don't fight on the inside, and they never look to develop their inside game. When talking about boxing, you got to be able to see the strengths and the weaknesses of a fighter. Now, even though a fighter don't have an inside game, they might have a damn good outside game, right? So there's most fighters who are not top tier, top caliber guys who are not versatile, may not be able to exploit that. But if you're versatile and you're top tier, you got to be all around. Danny Jacobs is an all around fighter. Derevyanchenko is an all around fighter. Canelo's an all around fighter. Demetrius Andrews is an all around fighter. Billy Joe Saunders is an all around fighter. These are all-round fighters. Caleb Plant's an all-round fighter. So when I pick Caleb Plant over David Benavidez or over Callum Smith, it's because he's an all-round fighter. He can fight at any range. He has a variety of approaches. You know, they got little tricks up their sleeve and how to handle fighters and stuff. And so an all-round fighter versus an all-round fighter, obviously, who hone skills and stuff, it's going to be a tougher competition for that other fighter than somebody who's just good at particular things. You know, they're very good at what they do, but this other guy got more options, okay? That's when we talk about skill set, because usually it's taught. It's not just talent, okay? And I think a lot of people just don't get that. You're taught, and then you're honed, and you train it, and it's repetition all the time. So I try to explain these things to boxing, but a lot of y'all never boxed before. Y'all never tried to box before. Y'all never try to do certain things, so you don't get what I might be saying. And I've heard lots of people talk all kinds of shit. I've seen guys, I don't want to go there because, like I said before, I don't want to really put people down right now, but I might as well say it. I've seen guys be posing out here. They be posing, you know, they doing like, you know, they really doing these routines and shit. But when you look at them physically, they suspect, man. That's all I gotta say about that. I ain't gonna say no more. You know what I'm saying? And some people are, as we say, they are enchanted by the thought or idea of boxing. They're not really serious about boxing, right? And we want to be serious about boxing. We want this to be functional. We want this to translate into a fight. We want to translate this into an actual amateur or pro fight. Now it's really nice to see YouTubers that went in and had pro fights. You know, that's far cry better than anybody else has done. You know, who's not a boxer. And I similarly want to do the same. I don't want to just be talking boxing. I want to say I have lived it, I have experienced it. I know what it's like, not just on a general hobby kind of level or sparring people arbitrarily in the gym, but in a professional or amateur, authentic amateur competition. Okay, so this is what I want to really do, and then we could talk about anything else after that. And if the pro fights or the amateur fights go well, I'm gonna have another one and another one and another one because it is somewhat addictive. And I might be old, but you gotta be careful because this thing's dangerous. So that's why I'm not rushing into it. I'm taking my time, and I want to get there. And I would advise you guys to watch some of the non-profile, high-profile fights. You know, there's a lot of fights that go on. I was just looking back at Mayweather versus Arturo Gatti and the undercard. They had the whole undercard there, and it was really great because some of those fights were actually pretty good. You know, so some upsets and stuff. You know, on the undercard of Mayweather versus Gatti, we had Carlos Mausa versus the champion at the time from Guyana. Oh man, I forgot his name again. He was supposed to face Floyd Mayweather next. Actually, he was supposed to face Mayweather for the Brucelis fight. Instead, he ended up defending himself against Carlos Mausa. In that fight, Carlos Mausa stopped him. He stopped him, which was amazing. I forgot the guy's name. It's going to come back to me. But he could have had the Mayweather fight instead of Mayweather facing Brucelis. Mayweather ended up facing Gatti. He was on the undercard. So maybe Mayweather would have faced him if he had won, but he didn't win. So, actually, Ricky Hatton had just beaten Costa Tszyu, and he was sitting ringside watching Mayweather fight Arturo Gatti, in which, I'm going to say this. Before the fight, there was this hype, you know, that, you know, Gatti got power and stuff, and you know, let's see if Mayweather can handle Gatti's power. Now, most people thought Mayweather was a prodigy, and the average person on the street was like, you know, Mayweather going to smoke him. Most was going to beat Gatti. But they thought it was going to be a win on points or something like that. I don't know how. Probably they would think it. Up to this day, people still think Mayweather hits like a pitter-patter. You know, that's what they think. He don't. And he was very aggressive in that fight, you know. And in the 6th round, he was beating Gatti all around the ring. He punched him and knocked Gatti all the way back into the ropes. And, you know, Gatti was the bigger dude, but it really didn't make no difference. And I think a lot of people just don't get that. They think, oh, this guy don't have power. This guy had power. So this guy with power, he gonna knock out this guy without power. And then he be knocking out everybody. Man, how many times we seen that in boxing? Diego Corrales, knocking out everybody. Face Floyd Mayweather. He gets dropped 5 times. You got Arturo Gatti, was knocking out his last 2 opponents, right? Smoked an undefeated opponent, knocked him out with a body shot. Came up to Floyd Mayweather, got smoked, okay? Yeah, kind of lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So that's what we got to talk about in boxing. I'm gonna catch you guys later on What You Need. Peace.